good.
Derek.
As you probably know, the polling shows that the infrastructure bill is very popular, but the Build Back Better Act is not particularly popular right now. What is wrong with the messaging around Build Back Better, and how are you going to change that message?
Well, I think the premise of the question is absolutely not supported by the research.
The individual pieces are popular, but when people ask about this act, it is not popular.
Okay, well, we're going to stick together. We're going to get it done, and we're going to tell the people we did it. And I think what you just agreed is that the key parts of this measure, like the infrastructure package, are not just popular, they are wildly popular. We're talking about reducing prescription drug prices, particularly for seniors. That's very popular. We're talking about people paying $35 for insulin who might be paying $1,000 right now. Trust me, that's popular. We're talking about cheaper ways for seniors to stay at home with dignity as they grow older. We're talking about capping people's child care costs, which cripples the budgets of many working and middle-class families. We're talking about help raising children. These are all key parts. The climate change initiatives, electrifying the federal fleet, building hundreds of thousands of charging stations across the country, creating millions of jobs. All of these components of the legislation you're talking about are deeply popular. So look, we've got to, some people want us to sell the drive. I want to sell the touchdown. And we are in the end zone on the infrastructure bill, and we are on the 1 yard line with Build Back Better. And when we describe these achievements to the American public, that will be a record of results that we will be proud to run on. And the American people already understand the importance of those issues in their lives. What's missing is to get it done and to tell them we did it.
I'll go back to this side, and then we'll go back over. Yeah.
But,
Second row.
Chairman Maloney, there's obviously seems to be a bit of a disconnect and a problem with the messaging. Voters complain that they don't know what's in Build Back Better, and some of the Democratic members have complained that the White House isn't doing enough to message on it. So what is going to be the shift in the message here?
Yeah, I'll address that first, give Pete a chance to weigh in, and then yield to Chairman Maloney for his observations. But one, the process of democracy is always messy. But as Chairman Maloney indicated, the product is incredibly popular with the American people because we're delivering some historic, important things to lift up the middle class and all those who aspire to be part of it. Churchill once said, democracy is the worst form of government ever invented, except for all forms of government that have ever been invented otherwise. And the process can be messy, but the outcome in passing the Build Back Better Act is going to be so transformational for the American people as we lower costs, as we cut taxes, as we create millions of good-paying jobs, that I think it's going to be embraced not just by Democrats, but by independents and by Republicans.
Yeah, this is a package, as both chairmen mentioned, that is, when we talk in our communities, and all of us spent some time at home last week, when we talk in our communities about what's in these bills, there's overwhelming support. Local mayor spoke yesterday at the White House in my district. Aquanetta Warren, who's a Republican representing small and mid-sized cities. And she gave the president an enormous amount, and Congress and the Democratic House, credit for delivering this. She's been talking about infrastructure for years, and it wasn't able to get done until now. And so she was there with us celebrating, because this is going to mean good-paying jobs. This is going to mean so much help in our communities, and we got it done in a bipartisan way. And so, we reject that this isn't popular. Maybe a couple words, folks don't understand in a poll. It's our job. That's why we're going out into our communities. That's why the president and the cabinet are going out into the country to educate folks about what's in these bills and to talk with them about the specific improvements in bridges and waterways, issues with climate and electrifying stations. Those are the things that our communities are going to want, and those are the things that are going to benefit them and create jobs.
And Congressman Aguilar, just a quick follow-up for you. Has the House Select Committee investigating the January
Let's do
Hold
one
on,
at a time.
Want to stay on topic and we can come back? Yeah. Look, I don't have much to add to what my colleague said. It's our job to tell people what we're doing. It's our job to communicate with the American public. We also take seriously that we deliver these results and then we describe them. As you just heard, we're going to do 1,000 congressional events over the next 6 weeks telling people what we're doing. The president is in New Hampshire today. That's great. He's going to Michigan after that. That's great. Every day he's out there telling the American people what we're doing is a good day. And I hope they have the vice president out there as well, who's a terrific communicator, and the cabinet, so that we have a full court press to communicate with the American public. And while we have a tall order in breaking through the noise, delivering these achievements, and telling people about them, remember, we have a plan to give you a better country. The other side has a ploy to win back power for themselves. That's the difference.